points. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Los Angeles Chargers and their Southern California rivals, the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath, and he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp. 3 yards the gain there, second down. The numbers a week ago for Kupp, 7 catches, 99 yards.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Jonathan Hankins.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
A gain of 14 yards. Brings up third down.
They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
That's good.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run here with Akers. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Cam Akers. It's a gain of 4. Makes it
Out of the gun now on third down. Right side complete. That's Woods. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll run here with Henderson. And the Rams are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
brings up second and
They're going to look to throw.
3-yard.
It's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. This one away, and off it goes. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Chargers take over first and 10 at their own.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing, but I wonder about mindset because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods.
The pass.
7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So the Rams call on Johnny Hekker here to punt it away on 4th down. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So out come the Chargers. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there? And now
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense.
Oh, in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
They'll take over first down.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Running on first down, Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
on third down, Herbert. Henry's got it out on the left side. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Eddie Pinheiro set.
Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that, because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a toss running left, Akers. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Cam Akers.
The Rams on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Tyler Higbee, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Got an open man finding Jefferson. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2nd and 3. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
10. Chargers 3.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 is a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Harris has it over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
A loss of 8 yards. And it's
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Woods. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7'5".
Hey, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards the pick up there.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the Chargers.
On 2nd down now. Akers. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Rams on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Brings up third down.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
The pass intended for Cooper Kupp. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is indeed good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Chargers 3.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. That throw into the arms of Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Going on the ground with Eckler. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard
Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and it's second down.
Complete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
First down, he'll drop to throw it. That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
The pass.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a second down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
At the middle of the field to Jefferson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
2-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now.
The score, Rams 16. Chargers 3.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, and it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. 31-21, the final score. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And that game level as they take on the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Their own 22-yard line.
Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll go again here with Akers. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down.
A gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
And got him in. It's Woods. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Back to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
To Cam Akers. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At their 48.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards there and a first down. Here's Akers. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Here's the ball carrier. Taken down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 6.
And 6.
Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's going to have a Rams first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And now it's 2nd down.
Kenneth Murray on the coverage.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
7-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And the Rams are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 3.
They'll look to run with Akers. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Tyler Higbee. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Los Angeles.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Harris has it over the middle.
Complete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 yards on first, 4 on second, and now 5 on 3rd down. Move the sticks.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, Herbert looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. This complete to Henry over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Here's Herbert.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Keenan Allen, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Chargers 6.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. And they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Rams' 13-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Finding Harris over the middle. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, Herbert. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here is Eckler. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
A gain of 2.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
Chargers 9.
So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The decision that time was to keep it, and not a great one. Once he got out right with the football, there was just nowhere to go.
And I felt bad for his offensive line there because their job is to create creases, right? Create openings. But if those defenders keep their shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and refuse to be budged, that's the end result. No place for him to turn upfield, no chance to gain any yardage.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Melvin Ingram, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now here's a throw that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And Jefferson. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 14.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. That catch good for only a couple. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. From the gun, Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Not much there, only a yard. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Herbert throwing again. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris.
Herbert's pass.
The Chargers on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to